And we're live. We're live on YouTube. Tarot today. Hi, everybody. We're about to
Hey,
start the
everybody.
show. Yeah. So we're going to be live streaming here on YouTube, and we're going to be simulcasting on radio shortly. You're going to hear the countdown and everything. It's kind of like behind the scenes here at Tarot today. Blog Talk
Yes.
will start counting off. You'll hear the intro music for the radio show, and we'll get the show going here. It's only going to be like a minute before it starts here, but we thought we'd come in early and give everybody a chance to get a seat. And
your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4,
here we go, folks.
3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you may be listening to us. This is Tarot Today Live. I'm your host, Dax Carlisle, coming to you live from Tucson, Arizona. And joining me is my fabulous co-host. Here she is, Mary Brown. Hey, Mary.
Hey. Hey, Dax. Hey, everybody.
Here we are.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. We are simulcasting on Blog Talk Radio. We are also live video streaming on YouTube. We're the show that's been bringing you the world of tarot for almost 13 years. I lose track, Mary. It's been so long.
It's been a while. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yes. Oh, my gosh. And so if you are watching us on YouTube, you can actually call into the show.
Yes, they can. The number to call is 714-816-4628. Be sure to press the number 1 on your dial pad so it raises your skinny little alien arm in the air. And we know that you want to talk to us and ask a question for a free mini reading. If you want to, try to make it a specific question, because a specific question gets you a more specific answer. And for those, and for our YouTube audience, you can also post a question in the comments section on the YouTube video, and Dax will catch it there. And if you just want a general reading, just say, pick a card for me, please. And we'll know you want a general reading. Or if you have a specific question, go ahead and write that in the comments instead of asking, can you have a reading? Just go ahead and ask your question for a reading. Maybe that'll help.
And if you're listening on Blog Talk Radio, you're listening to the audio part of the show. If you want to watch Mary and I, and you can see the cards we're pulling up and all that kind of thing, you can come over to the YouTube channel, and there's a URL that's really simple. It's our name, Tarot Today Live. Just open a new open a new tab in your browser and type in tarottoday.live, and it'll take you right over to the YouTube channel. Click on the current live at the top of the page there, tarottoday.live. I love that. I'm glad they made that extension .live, Mary, so we could do this.
It's perfect, right? It is absolutely perfect for us. And in case you guys are watching and wondering what I'm doing, I am shuffling the cards to get the card of the day today. I'm drawing it from I don't know if any of you have seen this cool little deck out there, the Divine Doors deck. It's just a mini deck, comes in a little tiny box, and all of the cards have pictures of doors on them. Who knows? Who knew?
Who
Who
knew?
knew
You
that?
can make a deck out of anything, I guess.
You really can, right? And the card I drew today is this one. Look how pretty that is. That's what I love is the pictures are so pretty on this deck. There's a picture on the front and a message on the back. And today's message is patience. Patience.
Hmm.
So any of you listening out there, if you're waiting for something to happen or you're going through something, just remember patience, patience, patience.
Mm.
It's not easy to remember that. How about you, Dax? Did
Oh,
you
the card
get a
I
card of the
got,
day?
I got the 9. So there's the Hermit card. It's that 9
the
energy
Hermit.
of endings. I think it actually, reinforces what you got. Because often the Hermit is, besides seeking wise counsel, it's also taking a step back and looking at
Right.
everything. Yeah. So the numerology today, it's the 13th. So 1 + 3 is 4. So 4 is structure and foundations. And the entire date reduces to 2, which is that relationship energy. It's 2s are the great mediators, for instance. So today's a great day to take a step back and look at your foundations and structure around relationships. In fact, with this being a 9, often it's about what you can let go of. So are there relationships that are no longer serving you? Maybe even holding you back? Give that some thought today. Be like the Hermit, spend some time alone and just step back and think, what relationships are no longer serving me? Also, before the final reduction to 2, the entire date reduces to 11, Mary. So it is also
Ooh,
a
we love
master
11.
number. Yes, master number 11 day. I love that. It's the master illuminator number. That's bringing the higher concepts to people. So this is a great day to explore that part of your life as well, or maybe teach someone else. There you go. That's what I got. Gonna pop this
Awesome.
back in the deck here and do some shuffling. So in case you guys didn't notice, today we don't have a topic. It is going to be your phone calls and your comments on the YouTube channel all show long. That's right. So dial in right now, get your spot in the caller queue, because we take the calls in the order that they come in, and you want to get that spot early so we'll get to you, and you want to hold on to that. Don't hang up and call back in because it puts you at the bottom. 714-816-4628. That's 714-816-4628. Press 1 on your dial pad. That lets us know you want to be live on air. I'm going to check and see. Oh, Ellie Moonchild is in the comments. Hi, Ellie.
Hi, Ellie.
Please pick a card for me. Okay,
Yay.
so we're gonna pull a card for Ellie. Ellie's one of our members and certified tarot readers at the Tarot Guild, and she's been on the show.
Yes, she has. That was fun.
That was our very first live stream with a guest.
Yes, it was. Oh, I got one. I got a good card for her. Look at this. This is beautiful. This comes from the Mystical Tarot. It's a 4 Wands deck by Lo Scarabeo, with a brilliant artist and author. I don't remember who it is. Somebody Italian. But that is the 4 Wands. So that is great. Like Dax said, 4s are about structure and stability. 4 Wands to me is also a card of like appreciation. Like I just feel like it's got this just lovely energy. You have this couple under the canopy. There's this wonderful, scene going on. It looks like so much fun. So maybe it's a good day to do that, to have some fun and maybe get with other people or find something to celebrate today. How about you, Dex? What card did you get for Ellie?
I love how it dovetails nicely into the numerology of the day. That is so cool. I got the 7 of coins. And it's,
Mm,
you know, what's interesting? Look at that smile. She's happy at that
wow.
harvest. That is
Yeah.
really cool. And it's interesting that Ciro Marchetti, who created the deck, decided to do it this way, because a lot of 7 of coins, they're not so happy with the harvest. They have like a frown on their face, or at the very least, they're like leaning on their hoe and they're kind of like looking down and
It's taken
reevaluating.
forever.
Yeah. You know, and they're assessing their harvest. And you know what's really interesting is that isn't too far off what I got with the card of the day and the hermit, and taking a step back. So Ellie, I
Yeah.
think that's what that's saying, is you
Mm,
should take a step back and evaluate your harvest, see how things are going. And especially because it's pentacles, you know, career and material abundance, you know, you might need to do some reevaluation. That's all I'm going to say. Take a look at
Yeah.
that.
It's funny. I often think of Seven of Pentacles as being associated with expectations. Like we have
Mm,
to like kind of examine like, are we expecting things to happen too quickly? Are we expecting, like an immediate success when, things have to mature and ripen over time?
right.
Just some thoughts.
You have to plant the seed. You have to let it grow before you can
Yeah.
harvest. It takes time for all that stuff. Yes. Um, I hadn't thought of it that way, but now I get it. It totally fits your idea there with the 7 of pence. I got to write that down and, remember that,
Yeah.
that's what I love about tarot is like, 30 years later, you learn something you haven't noticed before, kind of thing.
Oh, and we learn so much from each other and in the way that each person like kind of looks at the cards or can interpret a particular card.
Mm,
It's never ending.
right. So you can do just what Ellie did and just go over to tarottoday.live, join us on live, go in the comments and ask us to draw you a card, and we'll draw a card for you. If you have a specific question, put it in there. Ellie writes back, awesome, love the 4 of wands, heart. And then she says 7 of coins. Yeah, that's definitely where I am sitting with this energy today. So
Wow.
it was dead on. We love it when it's dead on.
Amazing.
I don't see any more in the comments, so we'll head over to the phone lines and see who's been waiting the longest here. Looks like 609, area code 609. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, 609. Can you hear us?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can barely hear
Mhm.
you.
Hello.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Shay.
Shay. Okay. Where are you calling in from, Shay?
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
I'm calling in from California.
California. All right.
What did you want to ask about?
So I am currently at a crossroads with someone, and there's a lot of people in both of our ears giving their perspectives, and I want to know how will that impact us reconciling in the next coming weeks. What can I expect?
Interesting. Let's see. Yes, everybody has to give their opinion, right? Aha.
Yes.
Oh, he's showing up as the King of Cups. Oh my God. That is a lot of court cards coming in. Yeah, there's just like way too many people. It looks like you do reconcile. Those in Radio Land are not seeing this, of course, but I'm holding up the this is the 4 of wands. And that's a celebration, and often could be oh gosh. a wedding reception, a bar mitzvah, it could be anything, a birthday party. It's, people coming together, celebrating. I think because it's showing celebration that's where you end up as, and it's the last card, Mary. It's like in the
Yeah.
future. Meanwhile, there's all this stuff going on. God, almost backstabbing stuff. A lot of swords all over the place here, and then the moon card. Things are not exactly crystal clear, hidden. I think it may take longer than you think. I'm not entirely sure. And I was asking this kind of as a, are they going to reconcile at all? And I got a maybe. I didn't get a strong yes or a strong no. So I feel, Shay, I feel like there's more that needs to be done. Have you talked to them about these other people talking in your ears?
No, not directly, but I know that those people are there, especially on their side. They're very strong.
I get you.
Yeah.
Let's see what Mary's getting. You got any more wisdom here?
Well, the central focus card I have is the star card. I'm making her a little more modest than she is generally.
Oh, thank you.
And,
I forget to do that.
And the outcome position is pretty great, though. It's the Empress. And that's really a great card to come up, because it's like, look, there's still hope for reconciliation here, but we've got to nurture it. And the voices that are coming in, from both sides, in both ears, it seems, they're just right now causing this Three of Swords energy. So a lot of divisiveness, a lot of, conflict of thought, sort of, like being taken in different directions. I feel like that energy is going to clear, and the two of you are going to have a chance to kind of come together and say, okay, how can we grow this? How can we grow back together? How can we reconcile? And really, ultimately, how do we find the balance in it, for there to be reconciliation? Whatever it was that caused the split, still needs to be dealt with, still needs to be brought into balance, where it's like equal or fair as it can be for both people, where both of you are being heard, and both of what you have to say is truly being taken in and considered by the other person. And, shut out the world, for right now. Yeah, those extra voices are not helping. So I hope that helps. I do think, there will be an opportunity for the two of you to come together.
Thanks for the call, Shay.
Well, that's great. That's, of course. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Yeah. Thanks so much for calling. I'm going to reshuffle.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what I was just doing. Reshuffling. Let's see. We're going to go to the caller this one, Wayne, the longest, area code 646. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, caller. Are you there? 646, area code 646.
I'm here. Hello. Hi.
Hi. What's your name, hon?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm Miranda. I'm calling from New York.
Miranda from New York. All right.
Yep. So my husband just met with a gentleman yesterday evening regarding the possibility of a joint venture. This guy is trying to start something and is considering my husband among many to perhaps run this thing he's trying to plan. And so my husband's competing with a few guys, and I'm just wondering if you see him getting the position or not.
Do we see him getting the position or not? Okay. And looking at this, all right. Oh, Three of Pentacles comes up. That's good. I got the, yeah. Okay. It was
Are
looking
you okay
good
over there,
for a
Mary?
moment. I know. I was like, yeah, this looks not so much. Hey, I feel like I don't feel so good about this. I got but the main reason I don't is that like I have the Seven of Swords overlooking everything. So it feels like there's something that maybe is a little bit off about this. When it comes to like what it would really entail, perhaps. The Judgment card comes up, and then right after it, the Ten of Swords. So I feel not so great about this. And the Moon card. Let's see what Dax is getting. Maybe he has a better answer.
I almost
Just a different perspective.
Yeah.
mine's a little more positive, but I did the same exact thing you did, Mary. I started pulling cards. I'm like, oh yeah, we don't even need to pull any more cards. This is it. Oh, good. Oh, maybe not. I mean, I had the same thing happen.
Oh.
It was ridiculous. Overall, I'm getting a yes, that he could get it. But the first card I pulled was, and for those in Radio Land, of course, you can't see this, but I'm holding up the Three of Wands here, and that's literally your ship coming in, and quickly with the Eight of Wands, and 8 is the number of abundance in numerology. So yeah, I mean, I think you get it, but there's stuff going on because the Seven of Swords is showing.
I got that too.
Did you get the Seven of Swords? Oh my God.
Yeah.
When you were going, yeah. I was like, I wonder if she got the Seven of Swords like I did. And I just feel like,
so what does that mean?
Okay, I'll tell you what it means, Miranda. It's like, and it does not have to be something super bad. It's just with the Seven of Swords, often there's things going on behind the scenes. It's very similar to the Moon card where things are kind of, there's a lot of shadow and things are not super clear, like it came up for me in the last reading. There's a guy stealing away with a bunch of swords that he stole, and he's trying to sneak out. It's the card of that.
So there might be some deception, you think?
Deception.
So the guy's not totally, he's not being forthcoming about what the role entails or what the job entails, or
right.
Or I don't know.
There's more to it than meets the eye. That's the thing. Doesn't mean it's going to be super bad. I mean, I got a lot of really good cards, and it's definitely leaning towards he's going to get it. But, I don't think everything is roses and stuff, with this.
Yeah.
So I hope that helped you out. My advice on that was like, I wouldn't say, oh, well, don't go for it. No, my advice would be that just tell him to keep his eyes open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Read the fine print.
Read the fine print. Keep your eyes open. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's what it's looking like, Miranda. But thanks for the call.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Awesome. Bye, Miranda.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, we tell it like it comes, we're just reading what the cards are saying. That was so hilarious, though.
I know. Yeah. So often, you can, we want, our callers and viewers and listeners, we want good things to happen to you. And, we don't always see good things in the cards, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the before we take another phone call, we got some people popping in to the YouTube live. Yay! Usually there's a lot more people in here, but it's really, really quiet on this Thursday. Wait, I think it was quiet last Thursday too. Maybe it's Mondays and Saturdays that we get the bigger crowds. I don't know.
That could be it.
But some people want us to just pull a card, and so Chris is in there. Chris wants us to pull a card for him.
Awesome.
Let's see what we get. I know he's got an event coming up this weekend.
You go first.
I'm curious about what. Oh, 10 of coins. That money flowing in. Oh yeah, that's the message. There you go, Chris. You're gonna do good at your event this weekend. Looks good. Let's see what Mary gets. Any fun stuff?
I got the Hermit.
Oh wow, the card of the day. Nice.
The card of the day. Yeah. So it's a 9. So that's good. But it's also a thing where like you may do this event and then afterwards you're kind of like needing to take some time to like contemplate. There may be something that happens, maybe you connect with people or whatever, and it's like they give you something to think about. Or you might think of like a new approach or how you want to do your next event differently, something like that. But it's really a pretty good card. To me, it's a card of wisdom. So that is maybe a factor too. Maybe you meet somebody who's really wise and says something, or maybe you're gaining that kind of respect as well, since you're doing events. Maybe people are saying like, hey, I'm learning from what you're doing, or your work is really helping me with mine.
And the message, because you got the same card as that I got for the card of the day and the numerology, maybe reevaluating some of those relationships. It doesn't have to be relationships either. It could be like any baggage you're holding on to that you really need to let go of so that you can move onward and upward in your relationships. Yep. Today's all about relationships. Smriti would like us to pull a card.
Oh, cool.
She actually asked about a reading, and I said, give us a specific question, or do you want us to pull a card? Well, she hasn't answered yet, so we're just going to go with pull a card.
Okay. All right. I'm just shuffle.
I got the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. That's another card of letting go of emotional back. I just love how everything's dovetailing into the numerology of the day and the card of the day. It's yet again, it's putting all your ducks in a row. It's getting rid of the baggage, especially emotional baggage, so that you can move on to bigger, better. Usually he's going up a hill with a walking stick and going onward, but here he's stepping out and there's the bright shining glowing light in the distance, maybe the sun coming up or something, so he's moving towards the light. I love that. What'd you get, Mary?
Well, it makes perfect sense. I got the Page of Swords, so it's like leaving that with that eight of cups, and because there's something new coming in, new energy, new phase. Might even be a message from somebody that gives you something to think about. It may be time to put an idea into action, something that's been kind of brewing. But yeah, pages to me often signal like a new phase now is happening for the person. So to me, that really goes with that 8 of Cups. It's like sometimes, we got to out with the old to bring in the new. So whatever it is that, isn't working for you, you leave that behind to make room for some new energy and new ideas to be brought to fruition.
Awesome sauce.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah. This time, Mary, can you go ahead and pick another card? Can you pick a card for Lopa?
For Lopa. Okay. Let me just, I like to cleanse between readings. I just use this piece of halite crystal.
Oh.
It's just salt crystal.
Especially when it's rapid between,
Yeah.
We're going so quickly. And then we'll go back to the phone lines.
Lupa that we're picking a card for. Okay. And what comes up for you? Wow. The judgment card. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun,
I just say that
dun.
because they're blowing the trumpet there. If you can see that again, mystical tarot. It's just, I love the art in this deck.
Wow.
But yeah, and they're raising up. So often to me, I used to say karmic keys are jingling when the judgment card would come up. Sometimes it could be like a big thing, kind of a big moment or time to make a big decision, or even like you're feeling the call to something. So Lupa, think about it. What are you called to do? And what is calling you? It might be time to pay attention to that, or you may have a big decision coming up and it's time to really decide. But let's see what Dax is getting.
Wow. I'm just going to tag right on with what you got, because you got the Judgment and I got the World card. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I think that it's wide open for Lopa, and she might not be seeing that though. And how we often call the Judgment card the cosmic wake-up call, like the universe is knocking on the door, it's like, hey. And so and I also often associate the World card with the World Wide Web, with the internet. So just some thoughts there, Lopa. I think that the world is your oyster. I hate to use the cliches, but it feels like that when I was listening to what Mary was saying and I pulled the card and I got the World card, I was like, yeah, sky's the limit for you. You just have to see it. Okay.
Yeah.
So
sounds like she is on the cusp of something.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and it makes a lot of sense because you got the Judgment card.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Lopez says, hi. Oh, thank you for picking a card for me. So we'll get back to the comments. We'll give some time for folks to type in the comments and ask us to pick a card. If you have a specific question, put in the question. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, just, if you want us to just pick cards, see what comes up, we can do that too. We'll go back to the phone lines here. Who's been waiting the longest? It looks like area code 519. Caller, are you there? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I am here. My name is Jennifer, and I'm calling from Canada.
From Canada.
Wow. Canada.
Kenyatta.
Awesome. That exotic land far away.
That exotic land far away.
Right. I can see your country from my front door. So
there you go.
I love that. So what did you want to talk about today?
Well, I'm getting a little older, and I'm wondering if the energy levels ever come back, or you just got to get used to being tired and not having any enthusiasm all the time.
Oh, that's an interesting question. What I missed the very, very beginning. You got what?
I'm older now.
You're old.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I heard something completely different. I could have sworn, because I was shuffling and it's hard to hear. It's hard to hear when you're shuffling. I could have sworn you said, I just got this new liver and I'm tired all the time. I swear to God, that's what I thought you said.
That's probably what I need. I probably need that.
Hey, it could be. You don't know.
You never know.
Yeah.
That would definitely do it.
Hey, I'm feeling it too. I mean, I'm a billion years old and just don't have the energy you used to have and all that kind of thing. And
but do you have to get used to it, or does it come back in some way?
So are you feeling emotional about anything?
No.
So like a lot of the cards that are coming up are all about emotions. And I'm getting things like the Devil, which is about attachments to things, attachments to things from the past. That could actually be weighing you down and pulling all the energy. And it often we're not conscious of these things. It's something going on subconsciously that you need to let go of. Like they say, cutting the cords.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything else that relates to this besides um the attachments. What are you getting, Mary?
Well, it's similar in the sense, the Eight of Cups comes up, and that is a great card of letting go, moving onward and upward. And then also the Eight of Swords, another eight. Eights are about abundance. And Eight of Swords sometimes can, the person's blindfolded and they feel like they're surrounded by swords and there's just no getting out of it. And really all they got to do is just sort of wiggle, and the bindings will fall down and take the blindfold off. And it's like, then you can see the path ahead. And I want to say something here that's a little bit different from what I might normally say, but I get these two queens like right in the center, like there you had asked about emotionally. And she said she really wasn't, feeling anything, there we have the Queen of Cups, kind of the queen of emotions, and above her, kind of pressing down on her, is the practical Queen of Pentacles. So there is this thing about getting older where sometimes we start to feel older. We look at that number on our birth certificate or on our driver's license, and we're like, oh my God, okay, I need to be responsible. I need to be practical, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, our energy goes right out because it's like, it's older. But the final card I have tells us this is going to come back in some ways. You just need to get excited about it. This is the Page of Wands. Get curious. Find something to get curious about, something new, something that is going to give you that rush of energy. And that when we get excited about something, when we get inspired by something, age doesn't matter, And I think it's the thinking, and we see in the Eight of Swords, because swords are thoughts and our mental processes, that it's like that's what's draining us. So just something to think about is like find something new, to help rejuvenate your energy.
What's fascinating is I decided to pull a couple more cards, and you're talking about something new. And when I looked at these cards, I was like, oh yeah, that's exactly right. That's what's going to re-energize you. That's something new. And I got the Ace of Coins, and all the aces are about something new. And the Lovers card.
I love the Lovers.
So
yeah, I love the Lovers. That's funny.
I love the Lovers. Yes. So I think, something that you love, it doesn't have to be like love it as in romance, but finding something new.
Maybe a new lover.
Well, that's the first thing I thought of was a new lover, which is like, I'm going, hey, I thought I was too old to, start dating again at, 58. But it could be something else. It could be something that you really love, like you have a passion for painting. So you start painting and you get all energized because like, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the art store. It's like, I'm going to buy all these brushes and oh my God. Oh, I have to have those great canvases. You just go nuts over it, or whatever hobby or something, that you're like super excited about. That'll get the energy flowing again, even in these old bones,
It's fun. It's funny because I thought, oh, you know what? And I'm not an athletic person at all, but I felt drawn to become a female bodybuilder, like an old female bodybuilder. I'm not sure why. Yeah,
perfect.
It's the strangest thing. Yeah,
that's great. That is great. Have you done any weightlifting, bodybuilding before?
Never. So, and I'm not even particularly attracted to it, but it just stuck in my head, and I'm like,
That is very
no, I could
fascinating.
try
You know,
it.
I mean,
You should.
talk
You
about
should.
unusual,
Well,
right?
it's not that unusual, really, but it's coming to you for a reason
I
because
think
it's
it's
so
great.
specific. I used to do bodybuilding. It is, I can't recommend it enough because guess what? You're competing against yourself. You're getting in shape. You're setting your own goals and you're learning so much more, especially when we get older, about what's really going on with our body. What is our limit? How can we push past it? And just
Right.
it's just really, really such a great form of exercise. And really, as you get older, weightlifting is the best way in so many ways to
Maintain
stay
bone
in
density
shape.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So go for it.
It's so funny because Chris and I were just talking about this over the last few days about got to go back to the gym.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And
get
a trainer
oh,
if you
that's the other thing.
can.
It's never too late. I watch
Yeah.
these YouTube videos and they're in their 80s, so
Yeah.
never too late. Well, thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks for
Jennifer, that
calling.
was a great
Thank
one.
you so much. I appreciate the insight. Take care. Have a great day.
Awesome.
Yes.
Bye.
And you call us back anytime you want. By the way, folks, 714-816-4628. If you call in right now, we might have time to get to your call, and write that number down because it's good all week long. We're here Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Same bat channel, same bat time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. You can just always go over to tarottoday.live and you'll see the next live coming up. In fact, all the ones coming up are listed. We got some oh my gosh, some good stuff coming up here. We're talking rooms on Saturday, right? With
Rooms.
guest co-host Pamela
Steele.
Steele. Yes, author and deck creator Pamela Steele will be with us on Saturday, talking runes of all things. And then on Monday, we're going to be talking about what is your life path. We're going to be talking about the life path number in numerology, how you calculate it, what it means. I'm going to give you a cheat sheet so you can see all of the life path numbers and everything. So that's some of the stuff coming up. And of course, as always on all of our shows, you can call in, open lines, and free mini readings, as well as in the comments chatting with us as well.
Yeah.
So write that number down, 714-816-4628. And if you're out there live right now and sitting on the fence, hey, come in. The water's great. Dive in. Give us a call. Got a question from it's Charlotte in the chat.
Hey, Charlotte.
Hey, Charlotte. Yeah, so she's asking, actually, I'd love a reading about my finances through the end of the year. Through the end of the year. Okay, so thinking about that. Trying to decide how I'm going to do this. I kind of want to get it through the months here. You go first, Mary.
Okay, so through the end of the year, well, let's look at October. October, it feels like, okay, it's really about balance. I get the Justice card that comes up here along with the Four of Cups. What is it that we're missing, that we're not seeing? So there might be something that's helpful with balancing budgets, finance, that kind of thing. I get scales, all about balancing. That's what October is about. And also, since we're in the month of October, kind of make sure that, your view is extended out, that you're not overlooking things. There might be an opportunity that could be helpful to your finances that you're not considering, but that's, right there in front of you. And then moving on to November, kind of a blast from the past here with the Six of Cups. So November, there could be somebody that connects to you, from the past, or just a memory that comes up that is helpful because it shines light on something for you connected to finances with the Sun card. And we have the Two of Wands there. So it's a decision that you need to make. You need to maybe consider like how you've handled things in the past and if you got the results that you wanted. And if not, go the other way. And then looking at December, I think the end of the year is good because, and it's kind of funny because you wouldn't think so with these cards, but we have the Nine of Wands, and you can see the person has like the bandage on their head. Things are, you can feel like kind of stress and like they're a bit of overwhelm with the Nine of Wands. And then finally the Ten of Swords, where it's like, oh, stick a fork in it. I'm done with this year. And that is followed by the Ace of Pentacles. That's what you want to see. The hardship being over and finally like a fresh start and maybe some money coming in. But let's see what Dax is getting.
Yeah. And I pulled a card for every week leading till the end of the year, but wow. I'm not going to talk about every single week. I just wanted to see what the progression was going to be. Okay. And and I started with November, actually. Forget October. The first week in November. So, you're still looking at this. But by the third week, we get the Nine of Cups. By the way, I'm getting tons of nines, like the Hermit card. That's the card of the day, like nines, everything's nines. So by the third week in November, we see something shift, because this is the wish come true card. We see a shifting, but by the end of November, and as you're going into December, you're going to start overthinking things again. And Charlotte, I know you. You're going to be doing it again. So as soon as you start, getting, I'm getting the Ten of Swords. Look at all of those thoughts and ideas. Charlotte, as soon as you start overthinking towards the end of November, you're going to have a little bit of, like I said, third week, you're going to have a little bit of a breakthrough and financially things a little bit better, but then you're going to start overthinking things by the end of November, going into December. In December, you're going to do all the traditional things. You're going to do all the traditional Hierophant card. You're going to do all the, holiday traditional stuff. And then by the second or third week, I think this is the third week, might be the second week of December, again, you have another breakthrough. And there's another nine, so Nine of Coins, you have another breakthrough there. Now, remember, I said, you're going to have way too many thoughts with the Ten of Swords. You're going to be like boxed in by that. At the very end of the year, into the beginning of the year, I got the Eight of Swords. Now, that doesn't look any different, at first glance. But when I looked at it, Mary, the first thing I saw, you see, like there's like light bursting through her, like, can you see that?
Oh yeah.
The light rays and right here where her hands are, it's almost like the sun's coming through her chest there. And so when I looked at that at the end of the year, it dawned on me that this is actually talking about a breakthrough from all the thoughts and ideas. By the end of the year, you have a breakthrough. And remember, it's the 8 abundance. You have a breakthrough financially then. And that's going to set you up for the new year. You're going to be doing something new in the new year.
So that's great.
Yeah.
That's great, Charlotte.
Awesome sauce. Hey, before we do any more questions or calls or anything like that, I wanted to remind everybody that if you are really enjoying readings like this, where it's Mary and I kind of like, 1980s tag team wrestling, we call them tag team readings. Well, we could do a private one with you. And yeah, oops, went to the wrong slide. You can actually you can actually book a private reading with us. And we're going to do tarot and oracle cards and numerology and chakra reading and all kinds of stuff. And we can spend a lot more time with you than we can, obviously, just pulling a few cards here on the show. We love it. People get a lot out of it, but sometimes you want to go a little deeper. Also, some people don't want to air their dirty laundry, live in front of thousands of people. So go over to tagteam.tarottoday.live and you can book a private session, and it's with Mary and I both. Tag team. Yeah. So we'll get on a Zoom meeting with you, and typically goes like half hour, 40 minutes, and plenty of time to go into like many, many different areas that you want to look into. And since I slipped and popped up the tip banner, I'll throw that back up there. That's our tip jar, coffee.tarottoday.live. If you got something out of one of these readings, if you've been listening to our shows, watching the replays, learning something new from our little teaching segments there, and you want to buy us a cup of coffee, go over to coffee.tarottoday.live.
We love coffee.
That's right. Let's see. Is anything going on? Oh, yeah. So Charlotte said my brain never shuts off. I have the same problem, actually, focusing, because too many ideas, or they slip through. Like last night, I had these intense dreams, Mary. I had some fantastic information come through.
Did you write down your dream?
No. And then I forgot it all.
Ah!
So now,
have you
now
learned nothing from listening to this show?
I know. I don't take my own advice. It's like, so now I got to try to bring that back, do some lucid dreaming and bring those dreams back. Cause it had some really good answers to some of my issues, and I'm like, oh, that's really good. So I was lucid in the dream. I knew I was dreaming, Mary. So I was lucid in the dream, and I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. And then I woke up and I'm like, damn it, what was it? Oh shit.
I hate that. I know the feeling. I remember like, oh my God, I had this acid trip, like, I don't know, like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I think it was like 20 years ago. And it was just like, I solved the riddles of the universe. Right. And I wrote it all down.
That happens to me all the time.
I wrote it all down, but I couldn't read any of my writing afterwards. So that dreams, acid, like, it's just like, man, you can get like the big answers, but like you don't always get to hold on to them.
I'm always solving, the problems with the universe and how the universe works, and but it's not so much that I forgot to write it down. When I woke up, it was already almost gone, and then it was just gone, and there was no pulling.
Well, they say, like when you have a dream like that you want to remember, like when you first wake up, like don't get up yet. Don't get up, because people get up and they'll pop out of bed and then it's like everything like starts disappearing. But or if you have like a recording app on your phone, you could just like murmur into it like what you remember, and that's another way to kind of keep notes.
Right.
A journal's great. Dream journal next to the bed is great too.
Okay, we got some spamming going on in here. I'm just removing these really quickly here.
The wonders of the internet.
I know. It's gosh. Anyway, but we do have some questions in the chat here. We got Katrina, and before we come back to the comment section, though, we got people waiting on the phone line. So we're going to go there first and see how much we can squeeze in for the top of the hour. Let's see who's been waiting the longest. Area code. Ooh, there's an interesting area code, 303. I don't remember ever having that one before.
That Washington. What is that?
Caller, where are you calling in from and what's your name? 303. You're live.
Well, I am calling in. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm calling in from Florida, but my old phone number 303 is Colorado. Definitely not Washington.
Ah,
It's
Colorado.
Colorado. You
Aha.
don't get very
What do
many
you?
calls from Colorado, but how is it in
Mm-mm.
Florida right now?
Well, it's fortunately I don't live in the area that was
Oh, good.
destroyed
Yeah.
by Hurricane Ian,
Hurricane.
but it was, it's pretty bad if you look at the photos and
Oh,
videos.
yeah. Horrendous.
Yeah.
It's just gone. It's gone. It's just gone.
Wow.
It's gone. It's just gone.
It's
And,
awful.
and of course,
Uh,
I'm very grateful to be
right.
not in that mark right there. And the weather's pretty nice. A little humid, but it's starting to get a little bit more pleasant. The humidity is coming down a bit, so that
Oh,
makes a
good.
big difference.
We were so excited about the area code and where you were that I didn't get your name. What's your first name?
Allison.
Allison.
Allison. What do you want to talk about, Allison? Did you want a reading or?
Yeah, let's just. I do tarot myself. In fact, from the time I
Oh,
was
good.
young, so you can talk tarot with me really easily. Even though my real passion is astrology. Anyway,
Ooh.
let's just pull. I'm in a really sad predicament of having to. I would say chances are extremely, extremely high that I will need to move out of my rental house because it's being sold and I won't be able to afford the new rent. And I live in a well, actually, it's not just my town; it's all across the state of Florida. The rents are just out of control. So, I live in a town that I really love. I just moved here last year, and I'm already from across the country. I drove myself at age 64 across the country to a town that I really, really love. Very carefully selected it, and now I don't know that I'll have. Anyway, so I'll be able to stay. I'm retired, so I have a limited income.
So you want to know, like, what does it look like? Will you be able to stay? Will there be if you can't, afford the new rent on the place you're living? Will you find something in that area? Right. Okay. Dax, I think, is it your turn?
It's not. I don't have to do it right now. It's not right
Yeah.
now. It's not this minute, but
Right.
it's in the works.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it does look. I'm getting a probable. I'm not getting a really strong yes that you're going to move. I'm getting a probably. But things look really good though. I mean, the 10 of Cups shows up. This gorgeous hearth and home. I don't know if you can. Oh, where's my camera? You can see that on the camera for those watching the YouTube live. And it's a gorgeous card, and so you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to either you end up staying where you are or you end up moving. Either way, it looks good. And the Temperance card comes in as well. Now,
okay,
I think there's an opportunity that's kind of hidden that you're not seeing. Getting cards like the 7 of Swords and the Moon card, and boy, those have been coming up a lot today, Mary. Things in the shadows, things being hidden, and so forth. So with that, what I'm feeling is like there's opportunities to either stay where you are right now, or at least in the same city that you're just not seeing yet. Mary, what are you getting?
Well, also, I think you may not be seeing them yet because they haven't materialized quite yet, because this isn't quite the moment,
Yeah, it's still early, she said.
Yeah. getting really interesting cards here. And it just, if you could see the imagery, it's really fascinating. The devil card right now is overlooking everything else, right? So I think, sometimes with that, it does have to do with like control issues, like who's really in control of this decision. Are you going to be like sort of at the mercy of the new owners that buy the rental house that you're currently in? And to kind of meet that devil card, we get the strength card. So that's a good sign. And after that is a 7 of Wands. So you're going to be able to hold your ground in some way, but you are going to have to like kind of look out for yourself with this. But what I think is really good is the Page of Pentacles is the last card that shows up. So there's going to be like a new condition, maybe new information that you're given or that you learn, you find out about an opportunity, some other way that's going to allow you probably to stay in the area. I'm not so sure about staying in the exact same place, because I feel like with this Page of Pentacles, there might be either, and that combined with the 7 of Wands, it's like maybe there's like some kind of strategy there for you to be able to like kind of have the upper hand in the situation. It wouldn't hurt to also like get some advice or talk about, how it is that you're going to be able to deal with the new owners. But I feel like I'm not getting anything saying that you're going to have to move out of town or anything. So that's good. At least I think you come out on top with this, but yeah, right now worrying about it, I can see how that can be, kind of on your mind.
Well, I hope that helped you out,
Well,
Alex.
I will say that I just want to throw out, that the place where I'm now renting, I have a very reasonable rent because my rent is based on the mortgage from 6 years ago.
Ah, right.
The mortgage from 5 to 6 years ago, the price of the house is almost 300% what it was back then.
Sure.
It's insane. And so this is just doing the numbers. This is just the numbers. I have notes and notes here. I'm not just looking for a place to live, doing my due diligence right now, but taking down all the numbers from the history of the house, what the house sold for what the house sold for, let's see, what it sold for in 1998. $36,000 in 1998, of course, was a long time ago, is now more than $300,000.
Wow.
So that gets put into the rent. You understand?
Yeah.
That gets put into the rent because they have to cover their mortgage, increase taxes, increased insurance.
Yeah.
Things like even probably whatever amount of flood insurance. This is not something, you have to look at it from the buyer's perspective. They don't want to come in. They're not going to come in and let's just say that they want to rent it out. They may not. They might want to move in, which is completely their right, by the way. And they'll want to cover their costs, and I can guarantee you what I'm paying now doesn't come anywhere near that.
Yeah.
This is math. This is simple math, and it's all over Florida.
Oh yeah.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah, but Florida, especially we've had other callers from Florida.
Yeah. But I mean, I just heard it on the news just talking about, the market in general, and it's not just and they were talking about the housing market, but then they also mentioned renting, that it's a trickle down effect, so it's not just buying houses, it's renting too. Anyway, we got to get out of here.
Well, this is
thanks for calling.
Thanks for the call.
This is a horrible time. You can't buy a house.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much, I mean, the mortgage rates are, 7% almost. I mean, it's going to keep climbing up. So that's putting a whole lot more pressure on the renting side. It's boosting.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's
It's
all kinds of
always
stories. There's people online.
it always is the
You read-
people at the other end of it that suffer, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the advice is for everyone, stay put where you are.
If you can, and if not,
If
you
you
know, keep
can.
your eyes and ears open for opportunities that come up when it is time to move.
Oh, yes. Anyway,
Oh,
so
so stressful though.
it is stressful, and it's already the top of the hour.
Wow,
So, yeah,
that went fast.
it went really fast. I don't know. I felt like I don't know. I felt like we should have been able to get a lot more calls in, but you know what it is, Mary? Since we started doing the lives and going back and forth between the phone calls and the questions in the comments, is the comments, we weren't getting very many questions back in the day doing radio. People would come in the chat room and chat, but they wouldn't ask for readings very often. Now we're getting a lot of that in there, and which is great. We love it. That's exactly what
I love that.
But it takes away from the phone calls where you don't realize it's filling that time up, and then you take a couple of phone calls and you're like, oh my God, it's the top of the hour already.
Yeah, we should do a couple shows where it's just like our YouTube people and, our Blog Talk people on Saturdays always, of course, but it might be fun to just kind of play.
Yeah, we'll play around
on
with
YouTube.
Yeah, I think it would be a great to like on one show do only phone calls, and then on another show, only take questions from the comments, perhaps not even do a simulcast on Blog Talk on those days,
Who knows?
Yeah, so we'll mix it up and try different things here on the new live streaming. We are still getting
and tell us, anybody listening, we'd love to hear your feedback. What do you think? What do you like about the way we're doing it now, and what would be cool?
Well, I think one other thing I want to mention real quickly is I noticed something that we do get. I mean, although it's always nice to hear people's voice and chat with them and spend time and everything like that. And we've always liked that better than text questions, but it seems to me like we can go through rapidly a lot more questions that come through in the chat, in the comment section on the YouTube live, than we can phone calls. We can probably get, do like 3 or 4 readings for each phone call that we would take, So yeah, that's something to think about too. We get through a lot more of our listeners and their questions and so forth.
Oh, we can switch it up, see how it works, see what people like. And
so we're going to give that a try, folks. Maybe this upcoming week we've got some open line shows, reading shows coming up next week. We got the Saturday show. We're going to be talking about runes with Pamela, but we'll also be taking calls. I think maybe we'll stick to just phone calls on Saturday, Mary.
Yeah,
give that a try. All righty.
Sure.
But thanks everybody for joining us. This was a hoot, and all the people
that everybody
showed up in the comments. That is just awesome. That is awesome.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, Dax. Bye, everybody.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, John Boy.